Do not drift. Do not let another distraction steal from your destiny. I am about to reveal a law that governs your life, whether you know it or not. It is the law of attraction. And the way you are using it right now may be building your defeat or shaping your fortune. You must listen. I did not say hear, I said listen, because hearing passes through the ears. But listening, true listening, imprints upon the subconscious and commands your belief. And belief shapes your world. This law is not new. It is eternal. It is the reason some men rise from nothing and command empires, while others, with the same tools, rot in mediocrity. Listen now, and you will understand how Andrew Carnegie attracted steel, how Thomas Edison attracted invention, how Henry Ford attracted power, and how every great man who has ever lived pulled success into his life by the magnet of thought, backed by faith, decision, and action. Listen, and you will understand why your own results have been what they are. But if you do not listen, if you skip, if you wander, if you promise yourself you'll come back later, understand this. You have already heard this law before, not in words perhaps, but in experience. Every time you feared and your fears came true, every time you hesitated and the opportunity vanished, every time you said, that always happens to me, that was the law working, and you did not know it. You have already attracted the life you live. You are already magnetizing people, events, conditions, and results every day. The only question is, are you doing it on purpose? Are you doing it with power? Are you doing it by decision or by default? Listen to me now, and I will give you the structure. Ignore me, and you will continue to live by accident. This law responds to your dominant thought. It obeys emotion. It answers repetition. It cannot be bribed. It cannot be tricked. And it cannot be silenced. And if you listen to this entire instruction, if you give me your full mind, I will teach you how to use it deliberately, how to aim it like a rifle, and how to gain everything you truly want. You may never hear this truth again, not with this clarity, not with this force, not with this conviction, and one day you will remember this moment, and you will either say, that was the hour I began to live, or that was the hour I walked away from everything I could have had. And the difference will be whether you listened or not. So listen. Listen as if your freedom depends on it, because it does. Listen as if your fortune depends on it, because it does. Listen as if your time is running out, because it is. Listen with urgency, with stillness, with full obedience, and I promise you, this law, once understood and applied, will bring into your life everything you truly desire. Whatever you hold in your mind consistently and with emotion, you will attract into your life. This is not theory, this is law. Thought, held long enough and felt deeply enough, will move the forces of the unseen to shape your reality. It will attract the people, circumstances, conditions, and results that match its tone. What you think about, you move toward. Thought is the seed of all achievement, not merely a passing notion, but thought backed by faith, obsession, and repetition. The man who rules his thought rules his life. The man who drifts in thought drifts in life. Thoughts are not illusions. Thoughts are things. They are spiritual forces wrapped in vibration, and they carry the same power that builds empires or ruins them. If you wish to control your results, you must first command your thinking. You must not think casually. You must not entertain thoughts of defeat and expect success. You must not think fear and expect courage. Whatever you dwell upon internally, you will see externally. The world you live in is the mirror of your inner dialogue. Every material success began with thought. Every invention, every fortune, every movement, every towering life achievement first existed in the invisible form of an idea, magnified by belief and confirmed by decisive action. The thought came first, and it did not pass quickly. It was held, repeated, obsessed over, until it materialized. But I warn you now, Idle thoughts produce idle lives. Vague desires attract nothing. Scattered attention is like scattering seed in a storm. It will never take root. If your mind is undisciplined, your results will reflect it. If you think on lack, poverty, limitation, and fear, you are attracting their presence with every repetition. Controlled attention is the key. This is the hidden discipline of the successful. The ability to hold one thought, one desire, one image with absolute focus, to refuse all contrary impressions, to speak of it, think of it, write of it, until it becomes fixed in the subconscious. Then, and only then, does the world begin to respond. Let us not mistake this for fantasy. The law of attraction is not a whim. It is not daydreaming. It is not idle wishing. It is definite thought backed by definite purpose. It is mental obedience, emotional focus, thought that burns, desire that does not leave, and belief that walks forward even when the path is invisible. Thomas Edison did not hope for the electric light. He saw it in his mind. He thought of it day and night. He visualized it. He believed it was possible even when the world called him foolish. He held that thought like a man holding fire. And after 10,000 attempts, he drew the result into his hands. That is the power of held thought. Thought alone is not enough, but thought is the beginning. It is the spark, the foundation, the architect's plan, the blueprint of destiny. Without it, nothing begins. And so I ask you now, what are you holding in your mind? What picture dominates your thought? Is it vague or definite? Fearful or empowered? Passive or fiery with purpose? You must choose your dominant thought. You must write it. You must speak it. You must see it in your imagination each morning and each night. It must become so familiar to you that it is as real as the chair you sit on. And once it is that real in your mind, it begins to take shape in your world. Do not allow contrary thoughts to enter. The mind, once planted, must be guarded like a garden. Remove weeds quickly, reject doubt, starve fear. When they appear, and they will, you must answer them aloud. This thought is not of my aim. I do not accept it. I think only on what I have chosen. You may say, that is difficult. But I say no, it is discipline. It is what every great man must do. No empire was built by weak thought. No success was drawn into the life of the scattered. You are not weak. You are not here to drift. You are here to think on purpose and to attract by law what you have chosen by thought. Let me give you your first instruction. Today, write your dominant thought. Write it clearly. Speak it aloud 5 times this morning and 5 times before you sleep. And tomorrow, do the same, and the day after. And when doubt comes, return to your thought. Repeat it, declare it, until it becomes who you are. This is the first principle of the law of attraction as I teach it. It is not magic, it is law. And law does not care for your feelings. It obeys your repetition. It moves in the direction of your focus. And it begins with thought. Not once, not twice, but daily, hourly, relentlessly. I will ask you now, what are you attracting? Not what you say you want, but what you think about most. The answer is in your life already. Look at your results. They reflect your inner conversation. If you desire change, begin where all power begins, with thought, and not casual thought, but controlled attention backed by burning desire. Repeat after me, I am the master of my thoughts. I choose what I attract. I think only what supports my aim. I hold my desire with discipline. I do not drift. I do not fear. I think on purpose, and I attract what I have chosen. Say it aloud now, again, until it takes root. You must speak it into your subconscious. The mind is not changed through listening. It is changed through repetition, through command, through instruction. And you are the only one who can give it. Thought is the seed. Guard the seed. Water it daily. Shield it from doubt. Repeat it aloud. Act upon it. And watch what begins to grow. It is not enough to think. You must feel what you think. You must repeat what you feel. For it is not thought alone that attracts. It is emotion-charged, repeated thought that becomes magnetic. The law of attraction does not respond to cold intellect. It responds to burning faith, to emotion, to belief that is spoken, lived, and held with intensity. The subconscious mind does not speak the language of logic. It does not reason. It accepts what is repeated and what is felt. This is why men say, "I always fail," and find it to be true, not because the world has conspired against them, but because they repeated the feeling of failure until their own mind believed it and summoned it. You must understand, fear, doubt, worry, these are not harmless thoughts. They are commands. They are seeds. They are repeated prayers in reverse, and they carry weight when you dwell on them with emotion. Just as desire attracts success, fear attracts defeat. You cannot hold both and expect greatness. So what must you do? You must use autosuggestion. You must speak aloud what you intend to believe. You must say it clearly, with conviction, again and again, until your mind accepts it as reality. You do not wait to believe, you repeat to believe. That is the method of all transformation. Do not say, "I hope to succeed." Say, "I am a man of success. I attract strength. I attract opportunity. I attract belief. I am becoming everything I have decided to become." Speak it with energy. Speak it when you rise and before you sleep. Speak it when you feel fear. Speak it when you feel weak. That is when it matters most. Repeat this now. I attract success by thinking success. I become wealth by thinking wealth. I draw strength by thinking strength. My thoughts, felt with emotion, shape my reality. This is not mere inspiration. This is scientific law. The subconscious mind responds to the tone of your repetition. That tone is emotion. You must not only speak, it must matter to you. Your declaration must stir your soul. It must sound like a man who believes, not a man who hopes. Let me show you this law in action. Henry Ford, when told his vision for the V8 engine was impossible, did not accept defeat. He held the belief. He repeated the command. He felt the truth of it in advance. His engineers said it could not be done. He said, "Do it anyway." And they did. That is the law at work. Why did it work? Because Ford's repetition was felt. He did not say, "Maybe." He said, "I will." He believed with emotion. And that belief shaped the thinking of his men, which shaped their action, which shaped their result. That is the chain of command in the invisible world. Thought, feeling, belief, attraction, action, result. Now consider your own words. What do you repeat daily? Are your words drenched in belief or soaked in fear? Do you repeat what you want or what you dread? Do you say, "It's possible" or "It's hopeless"? Every phrase is planting. Every repetition is construction. And you are the builder. This is why you must watch your speech. You must remove from your language every phrase that undermines your belief. Do not say, "It never works out for me." Do not say, "I always fail." Do not say, "This is too hard." You are cursing your own field with those words. And the law of attraction does not judge. It obeys. Replace such speech with declarations of power. Everything is working for me. I attract the people and ideas I need. I move forward every day. My belief grows with repetition. The mind, when trained in this way, becomes your ally. It begins to bring to your attention the right opportunities, the right actions, the right solutions. You will say, "Things are lining up." But they are not lining up by chance. They are obeying the magnetic force you are generating through repetition and emotion. If you want your belief to be strong, you must rehearse it daily. Think of it like a muscle. The man who lifts daily becomes strong. The man who repeats belief aloud daily becomes unshakable. This is not arrogance. It is conditioning. You are not boasting. You are commanding your subconscious. Here is your exercise. Every morning, repeat your definite chief aim aloud, not softly, not passively, but with strength. See the image, feel the success. Let your words carry the emotion of certainty. Speak as if it is already yours. That feeling, that inner conviction, is what begins to attract it to you. Throughout the day, when negative feelings rise, stop and repeat your affirmation out loud, not in your head. The spoken word, felt deeply, is the builder of belief. It pierces the old conditioning and begins to rewire your attraction. Speak with fire, speak with truth. Speak with the voice of the man you are becoming. Most men drift because they let emotion control them. But you will control your emotion with decision, and then use that emotion to fuel belief. You will no longer feed your mind with fear. You will no longer use repetition to attract confusion. You will discipline your focus and master your inner state. Understand this clearly. The law of attraction is activated by repetition, but it is amplified by emotion. Say the right words. Feel them deeply. Say them often. That is the path. That is the formula. And that is why most fail. They do not repeat, or they repeat the wrong thing. Now I ask you, what words are you willing to rehearse for the next 90 days? What emotion are you willing to call forth daily until it burns in you like fire? Are you willing to discipline your thought, to guard your speech, to choose your vibration? If not, you will remain a servant of circumstance. But if yes, you become a commander of destiny. Say this again. I do not drift. I do not fear. I think and feel on purpose. I repeat belief daily. I attract exactly what I decide to become. This is the force that shapes nations. This is the law that builds fortunes. This is the discipline that separates the dreamer from the doer. Most will not do this. Most will listen once and forget. But you will rehearse until you believe. You will believe until you act. You will act until you become. That is the cycle. And you now know how to run it. Without a definite aim, the law of attraction has no clear target. It is like fire without direction, dangerous, unfocused, and ineffective. But with a definite purpose, a burning desire, and a clearly written aim, your mind becomes a magnet for opportunity, power, people, and events. What you want must be clear, fixed, and demanded of life, not vaguely wished for. You must write your desire in the form of a definite chief aim. It must be so specific that your subconscious can see it, hold it, and begin working on it immediately. If you cannot state in one clear sentence what you want to become, what you want to earn, and what you are willing to give, then you are still drifting, and drifting attracts only more of itself. The law of attraction is not random. It is precise. It reflects the frequency of your belief. The more definite your aim, the more power you possess. The vaguer your aim, the weaker your attraction. Think of it. No architect ever built a structure from an unclear sketch. No general ever won a war without a clear target. No man ever built wealth by vague desire. Your mind is a broadcasting station. It sends out vibrations constantly, and what you send, you attract. When you hold one clear thought with emotion and persistence, the entire universe begins arranging itself to match your message. This is not fantasy. This is law. The clearer your message, the more accurate your results. Let us look at a man who used this law with precision, Andrew Carnegie. Before he earned his first great fortune, he decided upon his purpose. He wrote that his mission was to distribute wealth for the benefit of mankind. That decision attracted to him the opportunities, resources, and people necessary to amass the fortune first. He did not wait to be wealthy to choose his purpose. He chose first, then attracted what he needed. Your chief aim must dominate your mind. It must be the first thought in the morning and the last thought at night. You must write it, repeat it, speak it aloud until it is written in your subconscious with fire. It must become who you are, not what you hope for, but what you claim. Here is your instruction. Take out paper. Write your chief aim. It must state exactly what you desire, when you desire it by, and what you will give in return. This is your covenant. This is your law. Speak it aloud morning and night. Post it on your wall. Carry it in your pocket. Think of it until the very cells of your being vibrate with it. Say this with me now. I know exactly what I want. I have a definite chief aim. I speak it. I act upon it. I attract it through faith and repetition. This aim is not a decoration. It is not a poem. It is your command to the universe. It is your declaration of identity. When you write it, speak it, and believe it, you begin the process of attraction. When you ignore it, doubt it, or postpone it, you halt the law, and your life reflects disorder. I have studied thousands of successful men, and I tell you plainly, not one of them lacked a definite purpose. Not one drifted into greatness. Not one became wealthy by accident. They all began with a mental blueprint, written, spoken, affirmed, and burned into their minds. You must do the same. You may say, but I have many desires. Then I say to you, choose one. The mind cannot magnetize multiple aims with the same force. You must focus. You must discipline your attention. Choose one burning desire, one definite outcome, and you will attract what is necessary to bring it into form. A confused mind attracts confusion. A distracted mind attracts delays. But a definite mind, focused, believing, and committed, becomes an irresistible force. That is the secret. That is what every great man understood. And that is what you must now obey. Let your definite chief aim become your obsession. Let it replace doubt. Let it silence fear. Let it command your hours. Let it inform your reading, your speaking, your associations. When others speak of problems, you will speak only of your aim. When others drift, you will walk with direction. Repeat this. Without a definite aim, I am nothing. With one, I am powerful. I claim my aim. I focus on it daily. I attract every means to fulfill it. This is the magnet. This is the tool. This is the anchor of all attraction. Do not proceed with anything else in this instruction until your chief aim is written, visible, and repeated with feeling. This is not a step you complete. This is a principle you live. Do not let a day pass without reading it aloud. Do not end a day without measuring your actions against it. Every time you speak your aim with belief, you are aligning your thought, feeling, and action. That alignment, repeated, becomes power, and power attracts results. If you skip this, you will fall into mental wandering, and wandering attracts nothing but distraction and exhaustion. Your energy must be fixed. Your goal must be known. Your mind must be pointed. And when it is, watch how fast life begins to rearrange itself around you. Now let me ask you, what is your aim? Is it written? Is it definite? Do you see it daily? Do you speak it aloud? Do you feel it with emotion? If not, go back. Do not move forward until it is done. This is the foundation. Without it, the rest of the instruction has no root. Do not say, I'll do it later. That is the voice of the drifter. That is the whisper of failure. Say instead, I claim my purpose now. I write it now. I repeat it now. I become it now. That is how the law is activated. That is how belief is born. That is how attraction begins. Nothing is attracted to doubt. No success, no fortune, no opportunity, no power is drawn to a man who hesitates. All success is attracted to faith.